Oh. Glug, 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 glug.
There it is. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's no audio.
No glug, glug. Where'd the glug go?
There's
There it is.
well, I was gonna say.
With me.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing the glug glug video on hard mode, and so like all the timings are different. This is like glug glug plus. Hello. It is I, your internet friend, Jerford K. Horkrims, and however it came to be, you've fallen ass backwards into Twitch's brewing program, Acquisitions Intoxicated. I am joined, as almost always. It just occurred to me that the sign's right there.
Vanna whited it?
Right below.
Exactly. God, I'm surrounded. We're surrounded on all sides, but I'm joined, as almost always, by Acquisitions Intoxicated Brewmaster Eric J. Benson, also known as the EJB, notorious EJB, Azerbaijan, Edge Benson. Am I missing any?
I have no idea at this point.
There's probably more.
Probably.
Sir Benson.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yes, sir. Well, honestly, is there some heritage? Is there some lineage?
Yeah.
Did they put the sword on your shoulder? Like,
Oh, yeah. I got the papers. I got the patents.
is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Now, anyway, what is the purpose of this this sacred place here in our cavern of delights? Nothing would bring me more pleasure than to tell you it's to give you that which you already own, the art and science of brewing. Now, of course, historically we've had a ritual that involves the sacred crucible. Grains go in, but it sounds like our machine is Goof Troop.
No.
Oh, it's just.
I just didn't get the grades.
So listen, we don't have to apportion the blame. Grains were not secured.
Listen, it wasn't working last week.
No, exactly. No,
Jack fixed it.
Okay. Well,
I just
good
assumed
to
it was-
know.
What was it? Was it something in one of the tubes?
I forget.
All I know is that it's fixed. Shut up. Anyway, so but there's still parts of the hero's journey that we can iterate fully, and one of them is that it looks like Josh has brought us more bread soda. This is the Duonos Gira Especialii Capamos ir Scrudinamos Duonos.
Yeah, that.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about?
What does that mean?
I think we all know what I'm talking about.
I have no clue.
You probably just said some offensive things.
Yeah, God, you're probably right. But now, are you familiar, perhaps, with the succulent richness of the Sviesi Kvitin?
What? You got creatine in it?
Dun dun dun. This is now. I understand that you've watched a lot of brewing shows on Twitch. You're tired of it by now. Another Sviesi. This is a special one.
Yeah.
This is a special one.
Why?
Mark your calendars. This is the day we tried the Sviesi Kvietine Duonos Gira right here on the stream. So no reason not to lay down a malt base for when we get into gnawing thirst later, which we have on tap. Now, Duonos Gira, liquid carbs. Let's get it. Now, is this another mega low ABV bread soda type thing?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, this be conservative.
Be conservative.
Yeah, or conservanti. I don't know what it is. Yep, this is that classic flavor. Ooh, a light one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. So white bread?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this is Wonder Bread. Wonder Beer. So this stuff is wild. Are you gonna want a sip of it as well, Josh?
You can just give it to Tom.
Okay, here. Now, Tom,
Yes.
try this liquid bread drink. This is the CSE
It's
Kvetine.
like fucking weird.
This is what I mean. There's something.
There's
almost
nobody that
coconut-
like buys
almost
this and says, I
coconutty.
want to have this every day.
Yeah, almost coconutty.
Oh yeah, that's just like honey.
Yeah, honey malt. I bet it's a honey malt. Taste that shit.
I did.
That basically tastes like, it's like the mead before you add the yeast. Right?
It tastes like just like toast if you put honey on it and you just had some of that.
Yeah, it is this mega honey toast.
Yeah.
Why do you want to buy that?
Listen, I think it's old. I think that it's like if you grew up drinking it, then you're like, oh man, more Svesa Kvieti for me.
Yeah, but I grew up drinking ginger ale, and man, do I still love that.
Well, no, I'm saying it's the same thing.
I don't think anybody, I think most people can be okay with ginger ale. What the
I
fuck?
think plenty of people would like that.
It is. This is.
You just get used to it, you know?
Yeah, you just get used to the shit you need to pay money
would you
for.
rather have that or Vegemite?
Well,
And people eat that shit all the time.
Right, but I'm not drinking Vegemite.
Trying to figure out like in what like situation I'd be like, oh yes, I want a nice.
It
nice
seems
glass.
filling.
You can't drink alcohol.
Yeah, there we go. It's like this. I want a nice tall glass of bread.
Yeah.
So take a look at this. Now, if you would be so kind, Eric, as to pull up Gnawing Thirst,
Oh yeah.
the Recipe, and let's try to figure out what we were trying to do. Is
A
it
brown ale.
was it Dune?
Sure.
No. Oh, or is Gnawing Thirst? I think this is some type of rat ichor.
Yeah, could be.
It might have been Skaven.
Yeah, I think this is Skaven product here.
But it's mostly Vienna malt, a little black patent just for color, and that's it. Warrior hops.
Yeah. So a big hop. You're talking about a super hop. Okay. What's the yeast?
Just British ale.
Okay. So it's fruity, right? I'm trying to remember the notes for the British ale. Well, I guess there's two.
Fruity, tart, and crisp.
It's pitch black.
Well, yeah, and it's only a tiny bit of patent, right? Maybe 4 ounces or something? Yeah.
Quarter pound.
Oh, really? Okay. Ooh. That is interesting.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that has a lot more. It has a lot more presence than I expected. Mm-hmm. It's a quarter pound, not 4 ounces. You said?
Not 4 ounces.
Of the.
Oh yeah, 4 ounces. 4 ounces is a quarter pound.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. That feels true to me.
16 ounces is a pound.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
We're splitting hairs at this point.
I'll use. Listen, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Yeah, for such a simple build, this actually has a lot of personality, I think. Yes, exactly. We like interesting, and especially if it's minus Band-Aid.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't. I'm not going to say. Listen, I'm not trying to tool Tom. I'm just saying that sometimes Band-Aids, literal Band-Aids, end up in the fermenter.
I think our success
It's a-
percentage is quite good.
It's a dry edition. No, I think that is quite good. Rats could not make this. I don't think that they could. But yeah, that's classic. Like I feel like that's another. That would be another excursion to the retail shelf. Like if I was trying to something, I didn't want to go to my regular thing. I wanted to try something new here in the seasonal section. I would definitely buy this twice. If I brought this home and started watching just for example, battle report.
Nerd.
I'm not going to say it's never happened, but I'm saying that this is a strong. What's the ABV? It's got to be like 4.5, 5?
6%.
Oh, geez. Okay, so it's even. So it is punching a little bit above its weight too for the flavor profile. I like this a lot. I think I'm trying to describe it as long as I can, just so that I can continue to process it.
Or you could just take another drink.
Oh, I will. We have a whole keg of it. It's not going to be an issue. I think Gnawing Thirst is a huge winner. Like, sometimes things happen, and it's not up to us. This just came out of the keg, like swinging hard. It's just nice. It's really, really nice. You got the close-up shot?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta make sure the branding is executed. What a dire audience, exactly. Great name too. Oh, well, I mean, and who would have come up with it? Dire, is this your name? Is this why you're behaving like this? You wicked beast. No, you would have had an incredible time kicking it out. I know that you also frequent Jasmine's channel, and I spent a lot of time with Jasmine over the course of the Unplugged weekend. It was a positive experience.
Yeah, remember when
it would have
like,
hybridized your...
we were playing this really amazing board game?
Dude, that's
and,
fucking crazy.
Like Jasmine was completely winning, and then she completely failed because she started talking to someone else?
Listen, that's the only thing that saved us.
Just trying to fuck with her. I know she's in chat.
No, I was gonna say, dude, that's the only thing that saved us from her. It was head girl energy. Like, it got flipped around a little bit. It got here. I mean, feel free to describe the rest of it. I'm saying that I was able to pull off a win only because Jasmine, abdicated the field at a certain point. But I mean, that's the Cirque bar in a nutshell, though. It's like
Drive over here.
it is just a.
That's when your head's not in the game and you just lose it. I can't. I'm not responsible
I'm just
for
saying
that.
that like there's sort of a churn of people in that space. Everybody's talking to everybody. It is very, very difficult not to get caught up in that for sure. You know how many times I have been leaving, and then you will see me an hour and a half later at like the ragged umbra of the bar, still not escaped. What? Come outside. She will actually fight through it.
I know.
She will actually, and you'll get her back.
She's probably already here.
This is what I'm saying. She's going to be out. She's got the boombox. No. Which game? Crimson. We have got it for you. You should pull it up so we can show them the picture. You said it was on Amazon?
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon.
I've seen that a lot with indie games.
This is not a fucking indie game by any means.
It's not?
It was put out by WizKids. It was huge.
Holy shit.
Yeah, just that it was
It
put
just-
out years ago.
Oh, it's just old. I thought it was new. I thought it was still like in active development.
No.
Because you told me about it from the gathering.
It's got expansion. Yeah, but it was a product of that over 5 years, 10 years ago.
I see. Okay, I missed the back end of it. So listen to this. It's called Sidereal Confluence, which is not. The name doesn't invite. I mean, I'll tell you that if you go to Mox or something, and you look over and see a box that says Sidereal Confluence, you might not be buying that because you're gonna have a hard time understanding what it is.
No, that would make me look at it, but I've never seen this game ever.
Oh no, I mean, but that's to your credit. You like pervert stuff though.
Yeah.
Is this?
Okay, now it looks complicated, but it is actually not complicated.
X.
Whatever.
Eeks.
X.
Eeks. Now take a look.
Okay, that's the best I can give you for photos.
Yeah, that's fine. So
You can,
it's essentially a tableau builder, right?
Yep.
But the way that the game works is quite unique. So you know how it's like if you're playing Settlers of Catan, and the Settlers of Catan is a good game, but what Settlers of Catan is actually about is trading things.
Yes.
Like, and then if you look in the rule book, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. And then there's going to be a section that says players may trade. Right? That's one of the sections. Players may now trade resources with each other. But that's actually the game. And Sidereal Confluence is trading, but like blown completely out. So that you are trading, you can trade anything for anything. Any kind of deal can be struck between two parties. And that includes like the use of parts of your tableau. You can give away chunks of the tableau.
no
It is-
longer interested.
Yeah, it is weird stuff. Like, so, and then every one of these, I haven't even gotten into factions. Every one of the factions that you play has different starting tableau cards. Tableau cards can be upgraded over time, but the species you were playing were like space whales who were also bankers. And so most of your pieces you need someone else to use.
I would give my tableau away. I would give a card away saying
He would rent his tableau.
You activate this, I get a portion of what
The
gets
proceeds.
the proceeds.
You use my cool machine. I'll just skim off the top.
So are any of these trades or deals binding, or is it like
They're all
No,
binding.
they have to be binding. This
they're
game,
all binding.
I would say that is the thing that it does. You cannot, you cannot fuck people. You can't say you're going to do something and then not do it. Like that's not part of this game.
Okay.
Because what's weird is that the substrate, like the conceptual substrate, because you know the designer, right? His name's Tau Seti.
Tasseti.
Yeah. So he might not always have been named Tau Seti, I think, but it's his name now. And he essentially wants it to be a competitive game that's skilled, but you have to compete in order to be successful.
He wants it
or
to be
you have to collaborate.
Yeah.
And that's definitely how it went. Like, that's definitely how it functioned. You had to learn a bunch about your own stuff so that you knew how to sell it. And then you have to talk to other people.
There's no, Josh, there is no ganging up on other players, because if you gang up on other players,
You'll never get
you'll
anything.
never get a trade again. That's the whole point. You can't you cannot make shitty trades because you will never win the game.
The trading part is mega collaborative. And that's what's interesting. It's that tiny sentence in the Catan manual made into an entire game, but with an ethical rule system under it where you can't take advantage of people. You have victory points like in any other game. You're operating your tableau and your planets to make, fantastical technologies. But here's the crazy part. So making a technology in any other game would be like my personal game. In this, if you make a technology, you get it for one turn and then everyone else gets it.
But you get bonus victory
get
points.
victory points for having invented it. But then everyone gets access to it.
That's interesting.
It's so
Is this still in print, or is
Yes.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, it is insane that it is not more well known. Completely nuts. It was by WizKids, for God's sake. Here, no, hold on. Bronze, what do you mean when I tried to annihilate your race of bug people? I mean, that doesn't sound like me.
never annihilate?
In fact, I seem to remember you selling me a very nice jungle world that you got from a weird pocket in space that her bugs invented where they get planets from. Yeah. Yeah. I did make the international sign of the raid can once or twice. But just, I don't remember that.
Might have happened.
No, if it had happened the other night, I would say that makes sense. I've seen it. Oh, no, Twin Raven's not sponsored. In fact, I'm not even sure you could get a sponsorship for selling this game. It's like 5 years old?
Yeah, but I would love to see us figure out how to actually do a stream of it.
Yeah, you need we need our full table.
We
right?
need the full table, but like 4 to 5 players. But you need like fucking commentators of like, oh my God, like talking about the trades and shit that's happening.
You'd have to have like it'd be like the NYSE.
Yeah.
Right? You'd have to have people making hand signs and doing crazy stuff.
Like Chris.
But it might have to be edited.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
because Chris and I were talking about it for years. We're like, how do we do a stream of this? Because it would be fucking hilarious.
There has to be a way. There has to be a way. Now, but the other thing I was going to say is that, if I had done the raid behavior, yes, I was just thinking the same thing, Levin. But essentially the way that I was thinking of it, it's like, well, day 2, I can see myself threatening someone with an imaginary can of raid. God, was it day 2 or day 3? Times was trying to give me mead, I think. Maybe. He implied as much. But what ended up happening instead is that we drank 3 bottles of mead in the bar. Yeah. And so, but luckily, I was just going to say, because everyone else was horrified, not like a tall bottle. There's this more like craft mead. It's yay big. It was plump, but it was like yay big, right? And the Citron one, I think, was okay. That was our agreement. That was number 3. And then the second one that we thought was good was the one that had sort of like a caramelized honey. That had a nice vibe as well. The one that we liked the best, I think, is like objectively, on the part of the meadery, like objectively a failure. Right? I know, this is what I'm saying. The blueberry one was the best. But when we opened it, it like went everywhere.
Oh.
So, and you know perfectly what it is. I mean, tell the class.
What?
You know why if you open it up, mead's gonna go everywhere.
Yeah, carbonation.
Exactly. But it's not meant to be carbonated. It just got sealed when fermentation was not complete.
Right.
And so it essentially carbonated the mead. Even though, did it go all over Time's pants? Yes. Was it everywhere? Yes. I don't even know how you get blueberry mead out of something. My guess is you don't. I think that is just a new look for the pants. But the sparkling blueberry mead, unintentionally, was the best of those three.
Wow.
Man, we could not get enough. It was so cool, and it was an accident. But I'm saying that this sort of thing happens in brewing all the time. Sometimes they're not good. Sometimes accidents are not good. But the inadvertent, yeah, right? Times it was the best. The inadvertent, accidental, sparkling blueberry mead from the small meadery ended up being legit. To the extent that I was like, he needs to do this on purpose.
Right? Yeah.
He actually needs, if he puts this out, if he has this like ready to go, he's gonna murder it. Like, I think that he's onto something here completely inadvertently. Thank you. All right, hey, so, no crucible. So there's obviously a portion of our sacred duty left unfulfilled, but I feel like we have gone over, we've regaled them with ancient tales. We have...
Ancient, that was like a week ago.
Exactly. We have Gnawing Thirst, ready to roll. I think another success from the internet's smallest brewery. See, now Tank is always coming in with the Black Remnant stuff.
There was a lot of shitting the sun.
Yeah,
that
well,
weekend.
you have to. You have to. And it sounds like people were also...
I mean, you really shit the sun pretty bad.
Yes.
But,
Now,
well,
obviously, we had Jasmine as a special guest, but then there was a special
She
super...
killed you.
She's a fucking
Oof, man.
beast. She is such a fucking beast, man. But then the secret guest, which is...
Randall Bills.
Exactly. As, taking a turn on the stage as the bounty hunter. So good. Such a fun game. Great squad. Everybody, like, that audience was there for hijinks. We gave them drama, but only at a specific ratio to hijinks. Amazing new Black Remnant Lance pack, the Command Lance. Super awesome custom paint jobs as well. Our streams are going to look very good.
People kept shouting Eiffel Tower that mech? That was a
Yes.
thing? Did I miss that?
Yeah, it happened.
Did I blank out for that part of the stage?
Well, no, I think that you were working super hard, but you were also trying to get us off the stage at a reasonable time. I think that you were living in Clockland.
Yep.
And doing pure adjudication. But what I did learn was that this is a very dangerous competitor. That Randall is a demon on the field. Very, very scary to compete against.
Eiffel Tower.
Which makes sense. Well, because we had the two mechs and then...
Oh.
Yeah, now you get it.
I mean, I get what an Eiffel Tower is. I just don't... I didn't see it on the
No,
table.
exactly. I was just gonna say, like, we were going crazy the whole time, throwing in weird stuff. And, obviously you had put a lot of work into that show, and at the end of it,
It all comes down to an Eiffel Tower.
they had fun. Yeah, exactly. No one gets to choose.
Yeah.
No one gets to choose how they're remembered, right? But so now, having iterated the rest of our ritual at the maximum level of success, all we need to do now is figure out what to do for today's beer,
Yeah.
right? So themes, poll.ma.p is back. Cannot get enough. Love to use it. Theme ideas, Strange Brew, Bob and Doug. Okay, I can see that Eiffel Tower theme.
It's not no, there's no dark. Jesus, that's like almost, that's TOS. And
Now, Demetrius, that is a good idea.
I thought we already did one for Bodie.
I'm not sure we did, but we can always do another one.
Boat, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Bodie, whatever.
not whatever. It's Bode.
Calling him Bodie because I like a movie with Keanu Reeves about surfing.
Yeah.
I can't remember the
Holiday.
fucking name of it.
Here, now you're talking. Because I don't remember the other Bode beer, I'm going to put him back
Point
in.
Break, thank you, Jesus, my brain is breaking.
Dude, you're pushing Point Break all the time.
Yeah, because it's fucking great.
Yeah. Now, Holiday Heroes, I like this a lot. So I think if you do Santa, we have not done Krampus, and I think that is a winner.
And please, if you do ever watch Point Break, immediately go and watch Fast and the Furious.
You're saying theft was involved.
It's not even theft. It's scene by scene the same fucking movie.
All right, now.
Literally scene by scene. Yeah, just cars, not surfboards. Literally the same fucking movie.
Surfboards?
Way less cool.
Surfboards?
What? Point Break is about surfboards. Fast and Furious is about cars.
Is it about surfing or is it about surfboards?
Surfing, technically.
No, it's about robbing, but they're surfers. Fast and Furious was cars.
surfers who rob.
They're car guys that rob shit. It's literally the same movie, scene by scene.
Yeah, but it's like, are they like running around like in the streets with their boards? Like,
No, God, no, God,
They're
man.
robbing banks to fund their surfing.
Oh my God. All right. Okay.
I still can't believe you haven't seen Point Break.
I mean, I was just gonna say like that.
like, that's the first crime. That's
Hang
the
on.
first robbery.
I just want to see what year this movie came out. Because I was dude. I was gonna say this sounds like early '90s, and I'm right.
Gary Busey's in it. Are you kidding me?
Gary Busey, Keanu Reeves.
But Patrick Swayze,
Yeah. The fuck, man?
Swayze, Keanu Reeves, Gary Busey.
they're all in here.
Yeah.
Lori Petty, Anthony Kiedis. What from fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers? Was he surfing? What the?
You go watch this movie.
Is he there as his name is Tone? Oh boy.
When was it made?
91.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna say, it feels 91.
And then they remade it a decade later. Just with
the
cars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, it's the thing about like there's only so many plots. I mean, it's probably the same.
This is
Energy.
this is beyond that. Like I'm not joking when I say it's almost scene for scene. Like it's literally almost scene for scene.
Read that Save the Cat screenwriting book.
Yeah. Ryan loves that book.
That book is very odd.
All right. Surfing villains. Well, listen, Krampus came out on top,
Okay.
and so Krampus we shall do. Okay. I have my notes, and they are ready.
What is the mythology of
Well, I was just gonna. I mean,
What's the actual mythology?
there's a lot of places that have gross anti-Santas,
Yeah, but what's like the original
anti-Claus.
the actual Krampus?
Let's find out. He is a horned. Oh my God! The main thing that I know is that sometimes he's got a backpack full of
kids.
bad kids.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So here we go. Krampus is a horned, anthropomorphic figure who, in the Central and Eastern Alpine folkloric tradition, is said to accompany Saint Nicholas. Well, he kicks it with the big guy.
Yeah. But
I thought he was sort of a dark mirror.
good kids get presents, bad kids get taken
Oh,
by Krampus.
and it's like why not just combine a trip?
Or it might be like a sliding scale between like presents, coal, taken by Krampus.
Yeah, I was going to say here. So, on visits to children during the night of the 5th of December, immediately before the feast of St. Nicholas. In this tradition, St. Nicholas rewards well-behaved children with small gifts, while Krampus punishes badly behaved ones with birch rods. Holy shit. The origin of the figure is unclear. I don't know. It's super unclear. Some folklorists and anthropologists have postulated it may have pre-Christian origins. Yeah, you think? You think? Some kind of mountain demon yeti?
Ooh, birch beer.
Ah, there we go. In traditional parades and in such events as Krampuslauf, the Krampus run, young men dressed as Krampus attempt to scare the audience with their antics. Krampus is featured on holiday greeting cards called Krampuskarten.
This sounds German.
Yeah, it sounds German as fuck. Here, in the 1950s, the government of Austria. Oh, wow. So Austria is this mountainous region. They're getting a lot of this. In the aftermath of the 1932 election in Austria, the Krampus tradition was prohibited by the Dollfuss regime under the clerical fascist Fatherland Front and the Christian Social Party.
1932, huh?
In the what else was going on then? In the 1950s, the government of Austria distributed pamphlets titled "Krampus is an Evil Man," for fear that encounters with Krampus might damage children's mental health. Toward the end of the century, a popular resurgence of Krampus celebrations occurred and continues today. So that's pretty funny there. Obviously, Krampus is a bad man.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
the whole point.
Also, not a man. Some type of goat person. All right. Let's get it. All right, so what are we thinking?
It's like saying the boogeyman is a bad man. It's
Yeah,
like,
but we all know.
We know.
We know about it. Now, so style-wise, what do we think for this bad man, this demon?
First would
yeah.
be a barley wine.
Oh, well, strength and the appropriate time or year, right? We're loving this.
Next would be a Dunkelbock.
A Dunkelbock?
Yeah, dark bock.
Darkbock. Me and Darkbock. Dunkel. B-O-C-H?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
I'll be okay.
Oh. Okay. All right. Now, so barley wine Dunkelbock, this is already, we're moving in that incredible brewing tradition.
Or a smoked beer, like a Rausch beer.
Yeah. The Fires of Hell? Mm-hmm. Now, we made a Rausch beer that I think was actually like better than most. But I think that we were gentle with it. That was when we had that C-Team party. And we had like a barbecue type thing, but then we used what was left of the applewood smoke to roast some grains.
Totally.
So we went, I mean, typically Rausch beers are harder core woods. Like it's something vicious. It's a much sterner wood. A lot of oak and stuff like that. The apple's a gentle, like legitimately sweet flower.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised. Here, Red Queen, I would be surprised if they're, like in Last Wish, or like, I think there's at least one more short story compilation. Most of Geralt's stories are like thinly veiled interpretations of fairy tales. I'd be surprised if there isn't a Krampus Geralt crossover, essentially. So you're trying to get this Dunkelbock, you say? That's the Bock you're looking for? These Bocks?
These box.
These Bocks go on when I close my heart. Every moment of the night. I don't know the words.
He knows the words.
Oh, I live another life.
See?
Eve. All right. No, the people have spoken, and they shall receive what they have demanded.
What was it?
The Dunkelbuch. Yeah, because that's nice. I mean, so the barley wine and the Rausch beer, these both emphasize the gruesome strength and hellish origins. The Dunkelbock out of these three picks is like the fun of Christmas. Like this is a nice choice out of these three. All right. Yeah, all these icons, Tank. All these sacred and profane icons have got ancient connections for sure. All right, now, so we know that it is a Dunkelbock. Now what?
What's the ABV?
Yeah.
Anywhere between 6 and 7.5.
Oh, so the Dunkelbock starts pretty tough. I mean, for me, like a German beer is usually a little bit more gentle. I like what I'm hearing. Now, since we have chosen the beer that is the most fun out of the three, there is an opportunity to turn the dial to a perhaps frenzied state here in this zone. Whoa, Demetrius, is that true? Santa's traditional colors were blue and white. I guess I can see it. The white,
It is
red,
more traditional, like in the middle of the winter.
well, in the
you were
dark
red.
woods.
Yeah, you were blue and white.
Exactly, or Ryan Rogue. You end up with those like hourglass weirdo goat eyes.
In Net for Christmas, did they mention what color stuff he was wearing? I don't know if they did.
No, it's worth investigating. Or he's blue. Yeah, blue Santa could be Pepsi propaganda. Let's flip the script.
Wasn't there blue Pepsi for a while?
There was.
There was and clear Pepsi.
Yeah, clear
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi, yeah.
As you might recall. Delicious. Well, Rex Verity. I mean, it is what it is. I apologize. I apologize to you. All right. Okay, so what you're telling me is that you would like 7.5. Is that? Am I hearing you? From what I read, he was a base druid man who would hop down folks' chimneys when their homes were buried in snow and bring them herbs and medicine. Hell yeah. So he kept the chimney.
Kept the chimney thing and the gifting thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just more presence instead of shit that'll actually be better for you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, herbs and medicine,
Yeah.
bring it to my house. All right, no, 7.5. We're Gucci gang. All right, so ABV, taking a quick note. 7.5 at the higher end of the spectrum.
Okay.
Now what?
SRM.
Okay, now the Dunkelbach, my guess is that this is typically going to be
14 to
Yeah.
22.
because you want to be able to see through it a little bit typically,
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely. 22 is like Krampus's fur.
Yeah. His darkened hooves. Okay, so let's do 14, 18, and a 22. Now, obviously, again, we're focusing on the fun, but is there a scenario where the smoke of hell is part of this process? Potentially.
Yep, I've done birch beers. I've made pine. We've done pine.
We've definitely used some needles. So birch, what's the flavor of birch?
Birch.
I mean, I know about birch beer. Is that bark have like an herbal?
No, it just tastes like
Oh, you can't really compare it to anything.
no.
Gotcha.
There's not like
Some barks are cool,
go smell some birch, and then you know what it
and
tastes.
then you can just lick it.
Yeah.
It's so
like,
good.
It's like the birch scotch that I think it was it Tyrannosaurus that brought us the birch
that's
scotch?
true.
Yeah.
God, and that was odd. But didn't he also bring the shit scotch?
Sheep dung. Yep.
Yeah. It was I mean I don't know what else to say. I mean that's what it was. It was smoke and dung. It had notes of smoke and
All the
dung.
highs and lows, right?
It's a lot of information. Now, I am not overly familiar with Buckfast.
Is that like a deer thing?
I'm familiar with breakfast,
Man, I'd like a good breakfast.
Once.
but not
It's not
Buckfast.
good.
Yeah.
Tastes like rusty bubblegum.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but in a good way, right?
No.
All right. No, I'm picking up what you're putting down. That makes sense to me. No, I understand that there's traditional angles on all of these. And Dyer, I know what you did.
What? What do you do?
But they're having a funny with some old 90s song lyrics.
Yeah, I get it. I'm picking it up.
Oh, Buckfast is like Scottish and I
Ooh,
see.
fucking A. Nope.
Oh God.
That's a whole lot of nope.
You're gonna wake up in the woods. That's
Ooh.
what it sounds like to me. You're gonna fall right in the channel.
No fucking way.
Channel. Oh my God, covered in
Can
vomit.
you imagine that?
Now, you won't even know whose vomit it is. All right, now, 22.
Might be somebody's vomit, but
You're like, no, I don't think this is me.
I don't think it's my vomit.
I would know. All right, so 22.
I would know.
All right, so now we're looking for the Ibu.
Yep. I want to know
Now,
what
Ibu is the
Buckfast-
bitters.
Yep.
And so this is going to be, it's going to be sweet Doppelbock or Dunkelbock. Very chewy, very tasty.
Yep.
So there might be an opportunity to make a weird play here in the IBU space. What's traditional, and then let's...
20 to 30. You're just using
Yeah.
it to balance out the malt. You're not really going for like anything hoppy or bitter.
Now, do you mind if I go 20, 30, 40?
Do whatever the hell you want.
I'm saying like there might be an interesting...
Just
No, we're going to... If it ends up going to the top, right?
really be fucking Krampus. Why don't
Yeah,
you?
I'm gonna get cramped. It might be a good idea at the 40 level, right?
Yep.
As suggested. It's a little bit out of style, but the heart of rock and roll is still beaten. No, what I'm saying we can do is we'll want to be choosy about the type of hopping we put in this if we end up at the north end of it. Yeah, Tank, I think we've all seen a lot of old Vice documentaries. That was primarily what I knew about Vice for the longest time, was their really bizarre guerrilla documentaries.
Oh yeah, it was weird.
It was hardcore. I was interviewed by the magazine at one point.
Really?
Yeah. Back in the day, like when it was still print. This was like...
For like your crazy Seattle shenanigans you were doing?
No. It's just like, I was in Cambodia. I was in Cambodia.
I was deep in Ballard.
I married a snake. It's fucking crazy. I miss that snake every day. But what happened is we were just,
Yeah.
obviously nowadays, webcomics,
Yeah, totally.
YouTube streaming, it's all pretty crazy. Everybody just sort of accepts it, and it's all normal stuff. They can't imagine life before. But at a very, very early
There
point...
was a time.
Yeah, but at an earlier point in that trajectory, these
totally.
things were weird. And so to have like Vice come up and be like, what's going on with these webcomics? I was like, no, it is kind of a wild space. It is sort of a weird era. And it was super funny because I was talking to this lady about this interview. She was asking me these questions, and she had like gone in. She was talking about like, because there's a lot of online subcultures. Furs, obviously, and in our cadre, I don't know how it happened as a statistical matter, but our cadre, or certainly our PAX squad, rolls deep with furs, mega fur, end to end, right? And she had, because at one point, if you can imagine it, in Earth's ancient past, we had like beef with furries or something.
What?
Because the one comic you did where you didn't like furs, and then I remember this comic, and then you spent the next two basically saying no, actually they're fine.
Well, no, then I met a bunch, and then and then they would like share their fiction with me, and the fiction was very heartfelt. It was about a tiger who is a quarterback, and he's gay, and that's hard for him at his all-animal school. And so I was like, you know what? You're just doing your shit. Like, I don't give a, like, what the fuck? We got no beef here. But she wanted to talk about that, and like, because she saw the same arc where I was just like, maybe I'm wrong about this. And then I go and do the thing, and I'm like, oh no, these are great. And it's like, again, like, I have like the main squad that we hang out with at PAX's.
Yeah,
and he played Sidereal with us.
Yeah, mostly furries.
Yeah, exactly. He was like right in. We've had a drink at PAX, I think, for 15 years. Every PAX except for Oz, because it's hard to get down there. And so I was like, wait a second, are you a fur? Very long pause. Very long pause.
That's a very dangerous question.
Exactly. I'm like, you're really interested in this. And I'm like, wait a second, and it's like, oh, it comes out. And I'm like, okay, well, what's your fursona? And it's like, dragon. And I'm like, okay, I've seen this before. Like, all right. It's, you know what I mean? It's like our squad, different kinds of dogs, but all dogs.
Yeah.
Really?
And then, yeah, exactly. And then she's like, she just comes out with dragon, just lays it out there. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, let's fucking get into it. Like, I eventually started interviewing her about like, her wings and shit.
Is that considered like, it's not,
A long
I
pause.
guess it's an animal, right? But it's fictional.
Yeah. So this is yes, or broadly writ, sometimes they use the umbrella term Therian to describe anyone who feels some kind of an alignment outside of the human species. This could include elf. I'm just letting you know. This is what's going on. Now, they want to go 40. So again,
You learn something new every day.
we're going to have to be strategic here. We're going to have to be strategic. Yeah. So let's go with 40 on the IBU. Now, it's about the base grain.
Okay, so what do we want our base to be? It's either going to be primarily Munich or primarily Vienna.
Right, so break this down to me, because there's a lot of Vienna in Gnawing Thirst, I know.
Yep.
Vienna bready? Am I right?
It's more sweet and honey.
I see. Oh, okay, so Vienna.
Munich is more bready.
Yeah. Yeah, so for Vienna, malty honey sweet, and then for Munich, rich, bready. Cannot lose. Both really good, yeah. I mean, Vienna, it wouldn't surprise me if there was Vienna in that bread soda. Like, that is a crazy...
Yeah.
It literally just tastes like honey soda.
Yeah. Honey soda.
Oh, Tank. I will take any opportunity to veer sharply into furry lore. Absolutely no problem with it. Just because, for me, it was very instructive. I'm just talking shit, and people are like, "What the fuck, dude? Why am I catching strays?" Like, we're doing our own whole fucking thing over here. Like, we have our own cons and shit. Like, don't fuck with me. But man, yeah, in the Cirque bar, I saw the best, and this dude like makes them. I mean, the best fursuits I have ever seen in my fucking life. They had like a polar bear. No, the polar bear. It was like so perfect, and I looked over and I was like, man, that's great. I was like, but I was like, there's no way this could be articulate just because of how like tight like the all shaping was. And then I was like, that's a really great suit. And then he smiles, but as the polar bear in the suit, he like opens the mouth and it's like the perfect smile. And I was like. Am I in a fucking cartoon?
It's like the old live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, like when their mouth articulated.
And there's a possum. I don't know anybody, dude. I don't know anybody who's out here who has an opossum fursona. Like, this is the only fucking guy. That's deep lore.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Sure. Like everyone's a wolf, you know.
This is
but
what I mean.
awesome.
This is what I mean. It's lo-fi, right? They're looking for that rich bready.
Okay. Okay.
So, which I assume represents the alpine vigor of Krampus. I mean, that's how I'm choosing to interpret it.
Okay, so the question is, do we want to add any Vienna to this or not?
Well, see, this is literally what Timothy Bonsai is just asking now. They're like, Vienna, Munich, are we in a Porque no los dos scenario? I think that we may be. So say, no. Because we might be on
Jasmine,
something.
if I see you walking around as a fucking elephant.
Dude, now we're talking, Bronze.
A Ganesha fursuit would be something.
It would be beast mode.
It wouldn't be, there's no fur. It'd be like a weird skin.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, they are mammal.
I know, I'm just joking.
I'm saying there's going to be the occasional tough.
It'd just be a weird skin.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that there's
Technically, I suppose if you're in a cosplay as Ganesh, you just need the head.
The fantasy scenario for me is that this is a very clothed divine entity.
Clearly, yeah.
There's a lot I don't want to know about the front.
Elephants have fur in selective places.
There's a lot I don't want to know about the front of this elephant. I'm hoping that there's some fantastic garb here in that midsection.
Laura has a Muppet Sona. Bulin actually does. It's in his office.
Well, no, I think Laura made it, right?
Yeah.
What? A what?
Muppet Sona.
A puppet of Bulin that is flawless.
It's so good.
It is amazing.
That's amazing.
Felt Sona. CM, you nerd. You goddamn nerd. loxodons. See, Tank, bro, you keep dialing in the deep lore. Why you gotta be coming with these deep cuts every time? Like you gotta pace yourself.
Paste?
Don't paste. Oh, Muppet Omen is so good. That's Jovi Shark. Muppet Omen and Muppet Jim are flawless. They are so amazing. And she has got the skills too. You can have a conversation with her and the puppet basically at the same time. Like she completely has like gestures and
What was the ABV on this thing?
The ABBV is 7.5.
Jesus. Alcoholics.
Yeah, Jovi's a fucking beast, dude.
I just wanted to know all the drawings of all the PA staff as puppets a while back.
She's done a ton of great work.
Yeah.
What's funny is that she got into C Team late. She sort of came in, like, her community is a lot of people who are from the C Team Shadow Council. And so she, like, arrived at the whole storyline late. It was super cool. This is a Dunkelbach Pirl. And obviously, it should be said you were missed this year at the show. The end.
The next question is, do you want to put melanoid and malt in or not? Melanoid and malt
Is exhibit malt, as we've described it before, right?
Yes, it pimps your ride. It actually, what it does is it simulates decoction mashing,
Right.
And giving a more caramely flavor. Whereas in German beers, of this kind, you'll pull out some of the malt, you'll caramelize it, and put it back into the
Yeah,
wort.
you'll reduce the water content, and I think that's something very similar happened to this second mead that we tried. They just did it with honey instead.
Yep. Yep, it could still be a Bach.
All right. See, they're trying to say that exhibit is not a real word. And it's not malanoid, and it's melanoid. I apologize. Yeah, caramel is always a plus. Yeah, so times, I'm pretty sure we do have some
on the
here. Yeah,
bottom.
it's right down here. The reason we call it exhibit malt is because it's malt on malt, right?
Malt on malt action.
Yeah.
Jeez, look like you just saw God.
Well, if you think wheat is cool, or barley, the library is pretty stacked. Absolutely, that's exactly what it is. It's basically soaked in that in malt goo. So you get a double multiplier. You fucking animal. You demon. Tank, this is exactly why we call it exhibit malt. This is the phrase right here. No.
Yeah, if we don't put melanoid in, we'll put some other caramely flavors in.
Yeah, because that's what the style is about, really, right? Mm-hmm. Malt you can chew. All right. They say yes. Okay, man, we're essentially making so far we have made the best bread soda on Earth. We'll see what happens next.
We could put in biscuit malt if we wanted. Give it a little bit more toasty flavor. We could say we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, what else you put in one of these?
Here, just out of curiosity, now let's talk to Eric about this, Tank. Just out of curiosity, are there any other hops as big as Galaxy and Magnum? Apollo is quite big.
Apollo, Warrior.
Yeah,
there's a ton
they,
of
they
them.
tend to have names that suggest strength and vigor. But yeah, big, high acid, full spectrum hops. All right. All right, my finger is hovering over the lines. You let me know. Oh, so when Jasmine was down south hanging out with her mom, I asked for the chai recipe. And there was some hesitation.
I was gonna say, does that actually?
That's
But she was with her mama at the time. And so they dished it up. And so Ronya came back from school. Oh, hey, Rabbit Squirrel, how you doing? They came over. She had a horrible day. She was at a audition. It did not go well. Apparently this teacher is a demon that destroys young people. Oh, here, Rabbit Squirrel, if you're looking for AI live games, be sure to catch the one from Unplugged, because it was one of the best I think we've ever done.
Okay.
Nice, just keep kicking it. Now, it's so good. It's so good. It's me, Certainty Drawn, Jim Dark Magic, Strix, and Evelyn. It was very, very nice. With Jeremy Crawford behind the screen. It was, so you know how like X-Files, I mean, you take a look, because we're getting into some new stuff now. Essentially, our version of the multiverse is distinct from the base books now. Jarvis Crocken's a real man. It's pretty strong. I think you'll like how it ends up. Definitely take a look at the series 2, because this deals with some of those concepts. We're bringing those sort of forward. So the way that it works is that like Chris Perkins does like Monster of the Week when he DMs. This is the labor division they have, and then Jeremy does the lore episodes with the Smoking Man. So that's the full arc.
I've watched X-Files in ages.
The hot NPC was pretty real. Yep, it's 3-3. Do any of you want to make a choice of any kind?
Moment.
Nah.
Fuck, Josh, really?
Well, I'm sure Tom was going to do the same thing. Now, we're done.
Actually,
No more
I was
malt.
gonna go for one.
You demon.
I would have just.
It would have been amazing. Honestly, that feels correctly. Oh, the puppet familiar kept getting trashed. Hard times for this familiar. All right. So malt looking right. Is it? Are we entering the hop zone? Mm-hmm. It's time to enter the hop zone.
So a classic one. What could we do?
Well, I mean, it's in that German style, so there's probably a noble in there.
Well, I mean, yes, but we're getting away from Krampus. So
Exactly. I'm saying,
what does
let's bring it back
Krampus
in.
mean
So
to you?
it sounds like, so Santa's origin is coming down your chimney hole and giving you herbs and stuff.
And what is
Krampus
Krampus
is not
going up
like
your
that.
Yeah,
asshole?
Just kicking in the front door and beating you with a stick.
Exactly. He's and stealing your children. That's what he's doing.
So what kind of spicy, herbal, tropical?
Yeah.
grassy?
I mean, again, I'm thinking about that holiday, right? I feel like the Christmas orange
Or the
it's
pine
too
from, like,
good.
the woods,
Yeah,
where
see,
you
I
just, like, wander in the
exactly like
woods.
I think to my mind, Christmas orange is a good vibe, but this is Krampus. We got to go resin. Like he's coming down. He's covered in pitch.
Pine and-
His fur is matted.
Yeah.
He's got shit on his horns.
He does not smell
So,
nice.
and this is exactly right. And I think we're talking about, in terms of vibes, we're going to go that resin angle, which I
Well-
think would be really interesting in there. And then I think that Josh isn't super wrong where we start talking about spice instead of it's like naughty and nice, right?
Sure. So first is going to be a classic German, a northern brewer.
Mm-hmm.
Wood, minty, resin.
Ooh. So that's a really nice holiday vibe. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hit it. Horp. Yeah, Northern Brewer is going to hit. They're over here, Pyrrol. Chocolate oranges are very, very, very sequestered to the holidays. That is not a normal treat here at all, really. Although I suspect that Josh could find them.
Wow.
Because they're trash.
For the chocolates.
Ooh, smoky earthiness.
Spicy, smoky earthiness.
Those are both great.
Did the chocolate oranges have nuts on them?
No,
Okay, I didn't think so.
at least not the ones I've seen.
They're the ones you.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that, but I feel like there's one that has nuts in it, and I can't have it.
No, can't. No, well,
You're thinking of Ferrero Rocher.
What's that, Josh?
That's that.
Little ball with the nuts on the outside.
Yes, that's it. That's
yes,
what I'm
yes,
getting
yes.
at.
The,
That's
regular,
not the
the
same
classic
thing.
chocolate orange.
Those
it's
things
just
are delicious.
foil wrapped, and you break it. No nuts in there. Totally, just cool orangey chocolate.
If we wanted to go a little more spicy,
Yeah, turn it up.
Tet.
Love Tet. That's a big earthy spice, right?
Oh yeah.
If I remember, herbs. I think we just made a weird beer that brought out the herbs in it.
Yeah, it's spicy, floral, herbal.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I was not wrong. Because we use Tet in Velvet Rope, which is always top of mind for me. Now, Josh, I'd go to the bathroom, and if I don't, I'll die.
You had like a beer and a weird soda.
Multiple beers.
I mean,
In the glass.
right? It's probably just come out as bread. Just saying. What's what are we looking at? The Chinook is winning. It's pretty. It's a fun. We actually haven't used this hop a lot.
Spiky, smoky, and earthy just fits with Krampus.
Krampus, the Krampus style. Yeah, I agree. Oh, seems to be a fight picking up. We will see what happens. Wait, Josh, you don't like the orange chocolate ball thing?
No.
Why?
I don't like orange and chocolate together.
But you like
I
them separately.
don't really like chocolate that much.
Oh,
If the orange is fresh orange, okay. If it's candied, gross. Get that out of here.
orange is fresh orange. Okay. Candied in what way? Like candied, like
At all.
Like orange flavor candy or like sugared and dried
Both.
Yeah.
orange?
Gross.
Okay.
like having one of those jelly, like candied
Nope.
orange things, whatever they're
Nope.
called. I can't. What are those called? You know the fruit slices that are like sugared.
Yeah, I don't know what those are
I
called.
think they're just called like sugared X or like sugared pineapple or sugared or they're like candied pineapple, candied orange.
No, that's not
Right,
what he's talking
right.
about. He's not talking about the actual fruit.
Yeah.
No, it's a candy.
Yeah, it's candy,
But it's like
orange
it's slice
gelatin
gelatin with the rind is like a little more gummy than the gelatin, right? It's harder, and then it's sugared all over it. Yeah, gummy fruit slices, but I'm sure there's like a word for it. Is that what sugar plums are? That's not what sugar plums
Sugar
are.
plums are.
No, they're not by Haribo. I mean, I love Haribo.
They might have some actually.
They might have, yeah, they might have them, but like, hold on. Now I got to look up sugar plums.
Sugar plums are they on Tasting History did just an episode on them. They're literally just
Oh no, that's not what. That one that looks great, but not the same thing. Candied orange slices. That's not really it. Yeah, what the fuck
Get
are
rid of
they?
the candied. Just type candy, not candied. Otherwise, you'll get oranges that are sugarized.
Yeah, there we go. Fruit
Oh, those kill.
fruit jelly slices, I
Those
guess.
kill. Yeah.
Boston fruit slice. It's a Boston thing?
Boston fruit slice.
It could be very old. Boston. It could be very old. It could be a.
Boston.
It could be a super traditional Candido.
Give me a break, Amazon.
I'm not doing any of that. All right. We're looking for that Chinook. Now they came out strong for Chinook this time. Spicy, smoky, earthy, fucking good. A good thematic choice. Yeah, exactly. Chillmander, you have to break the whole bottle over a demon's head. If you want to drink this beer in accordance with its...
What was the IBU we were going for?
Let me just very quickly take a look at my notes here. 40. Which again, kind of strong for this, but the malt base can keep up with it, I think. But it's moving into that, at 40, it's moving into something like that IPA range. It's going to have more presence than it ordinarily would for the style. All right. Okay, so, gosh, so now that we have a Horp,
Okay.
is it yeast mode?
Yeah, the German Backlager.
Well, I guess that might work.
Yep, produces a balance of malt and hops. The Bohemian Lager, which is rich malty flavor.
Ooh.
And the Bavarian Lager, which is full-bodied and malty.
Yeah, I feel like I have had many times German beers that exist in like each of these specific ranges. Yeah, so this is actually a very, very good choice. Are we, I mean, I know, thematically I know which one I think might be correct. Out of German Backlager, Bohemian Lager, and Bavarian Lager. But of course I leave it to the audience. I'm saying there are obviously two wrong choices. And then a right choice. And they're in that order. So consider that. Bottled in the presence of scream. No, served within a child. You had the, what's the raccoon? Or what's the roadkill beer?
Oh,
Tactical Nuclear Penguin?
no, that's one of them. Sink the Bismarck is the one that Brewdog does.
stuffed.
They go, they shoot, pick up roadkill, which it's usually like a squirrel or something. They have it taxidermied with his mouth open, and they shove the beer down his throat, and it was delivered to you for $150.
Did you ever have it?
Yes, it was okay. So,
It was fine.
I mean, the thing is, their Tactical Nuclear Penguin is I
big
think,
one.
No, that's the small one. Sink the Bismarck is the big one.
Oh.
I think Tactical Nuclear was 28% or 32%.
I mean ABV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're
ABV.
saying Sink the Bismarck is like, it was 30 something.
No. Tactical Nuclear was 32, and then Sink the Bismarck was like 38 to 40. And what they did really well was most of the time when it's that high in ABV,
80 proof?
it tastes medicinal. It tastes like
would.
medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't taste that bad.
Well, Doomgate Dark Wine tasted medicinal at first tasting, and then when we came back to it a few months later, it had a chance to get, become acquainted with itself. Bavarian Lager it is.
Yep.
All right. Holy shit. Now that we have our Krampus product, again, strong, vigorous, alpine in nature, coming down, hanging out with Santa, what's next? What's next? What beverage could possibly explain Krampus better than the one we have made today? But what will we call this beverage? That is the question. Our first Krampus product. What are we thinking? In a new line
Of Krampus
of
products?
Christmas horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sauce, I would be happy to discuss Flashpoint with you at any time. Flashpoint is absolutely incredible. It's so good. Had a chance to talk with, because Mantic was there. I got a train set.
Oh, I was there when you got it.
No, not when I went back. No.
I got the one you got at the Omegathon?
A Megathon, what do you mean?
The terrain set that was handed to you at the Omegathon?
No.
Yeah.
No. I got it from their booth. It was a ding and dent, which was great.
I know.
It didn't get handed to me at the booth.
Well, you had it at the Omegathon, and you
this-
showed me. You're like, it's a ding and dent. I remember this, because the box was dinged and dented.
That part's true. That part's correct.
We were literally on stage, and you're like, look at this.
Oh, you were with me when I had, yes, when I had it. But I was like, I went back to my mind and I'm like, I don't think he was with me in the thing. Because if you had been there, we would have probably spent more time playing Worms. They made a Worms tactics game. Worms. On little hexes, you build the little island and then you attack each other with weapons that have really crazy spreads and random behaviors.
Okay.
God, Worms is fun. It's a fun game.
It's real good. All right, here. The naughty lists. Here.
Sleigh bells, nice. You'll get what's coming.
Kohlschlager is nice, Jux.
There's a lot of good ones.
Here, now, Times, are you suggesting that LOL is are you proposing that as a name? Or are you just laughing out loud? Anti-clause, yes.
Yule lager.
Anti-clauses might be a tough one.
Class warfare. Jesus.
Okay, all right, thanks, Times. I just wanted to make sure. So we got a couple schlagers here. It's a war of the schlagers.
Schlagerfest 2024.
Right. Okay. We got a few tasty ones here. Sorry, Ghostly.
Oh well.
It happened too fast. I cut you and Josh off, and I'll be tossing and turning all night. I'll be tossing and turning all night.
That's the right choice.
Yeah. Now. And yeah, exactly. It's time to schlog it out. Now, but honestly, the schlogs they're not getting the love. I
Not
figured
a lot of slogging going on.
anti-clause. There'd be some maybe probably to maintain the brand.
I like it.
No, you'll get what's coming in clause warfare.
Yeah.
Those are good.
They are. It's not stopping Josh. Josh is like, I got a bunch of great ideas. I'm putting him in the
We're
mix.
banking these bitches for next time.
Exactly. They're gonna be at the top of the list.
Man, now I really want to play Sidereal Confluence again.
Well, I mean, hopefully somebody ends up picking it up. Oh, yes, Fat Soda, I figured it out. But hopefully somebody, took us up on our pretty hard sales pitch and grabs a copy because we're about to be locked inside houses
Wait, what?
with people during the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, like, you could. But the right squad would take Sidereal Confluence and have a legendary evening.
I know, that's what I want to do. And we managed to do it at a PAX.
Yeah.
That was insane, by the way, just so you know that we were able to fit that on those two little...
Well, we had Chris. I mean, and we had like a game master, which helped.
No, both Chris and I were like, this is never
You
going
mean
to work.
physically on two
fit
round
on
tables?
that fucking table.
No.
Yeah, that
it
should
was,
not have
It was
worked.
not good.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it was great. It should not have worked.
No. And they saw from the images, like, what it looks like.
Yeah, it's usually a giant...
It metastasizes. Yeah, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in with me, Christmas Jerry, basically. Yeah, last year was, what was that?
Was that the gluten-free?
My persona. So, but what was it? No, you know the name of it. It's that weird.
Mari Lloyd.
Yeah, that's the
Mary
one.
Louie, yeah. Start rapping at each other?
Welsh.
Yeah. Well, Fat Soda, honestly, the best execution of the concept was when we had a chance to hang out with our sponsor, Voodoo Ranger, and put together unique beers with cool labels. And because they were smaller batches, we could use a little, like some weirder materials, like cryo hops and oils and stuff. Like it was really, really fun. But so to me, that's the best case where we collab with somebody who can brew at scale and get it in. But what's happened is that Voodoo Ranger is essentially like, they've been too successful. I mean, my understanding is that there used to be a pilot, like a test system.
Well, also, I don't know if you've heard, there was a giant hurricane in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh,
Wait, really?
Are you fucking kidding me?
a hurricane in, I know about North Carolina. I thought they were Colorado.
No, but their pilot brewing system
Oh,
is in Asheville.
it was off-site. Okay.
Yeah, it's underwater.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I had like a mental map of where all these things were. I thought it was up by the rest of the facility.
No, it's half and half.
Oh, of course. Of course.
But the amazing thing is the whole brewing community is coming out to help them and brewing with them. And yeah, so.
That's super cool. Well, here, listen, they want Yule get what's coming. But the truth is they basically need all of their throughput for juice force and fruit force. And like these, you can find them literally anywhere.
They're also their hard iced teas are.
Oh my gosh, dude! Don't even start me on that.
Are dangerous.
No,
They're amazing.
That first night, I was with a couple of people who were part of like the influencer core. I did not get to bed until 5. Because they came down, it's like the bar was closed, but they came down from their room with an ice backpack full of hard charged iced teas.
Yeah.
It was amazing, frankly. But anyway, so you'll get what's coming. We have got an incredible product here. I think it is going to work a treat, as they say. Oh, Santa's Sinister Hand. Man, there's all kinds of great ones.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of great ones here at the end. I'd already done it. Gosh, so do you remember that first beer that we made? Because this was back when Holly was living in Cali. We made that weird stout for her and sent her a bottle, and she like tried it on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was a different era. She made a video of her trying it on Twitter.
Man, that was, wow.
It was ancient.
Weird, right?
It was ancient. But we hooked her up with one of like the Tall at 22.
Like 7 years ago or something.
And it was a
like
hit.
that?
But I mean, the cool thing about that style was the idea that Strix is always just burying. She's just burying things all the time, and this is just like one of Strix's little projects that she might find again. Maybe when she's trying to bury something else. But no, it's good. Here, hold on. They're still
Rudolph
going.
Lundgren? That's amazing.
Listen,
We gotta make another beer with that name.
Hank, you gotta do this stuff earlier in the show. If it's gonna be that executed.
Or maybe you pulled it too early, Jerry. I mean, we still got 12 minutes
Damn.
left.
Kombucha? Okay. All right. That's pretty good. That's real good. Well, shit. I mean, usually I won't shut my mouth.
Yeah, we knocked this one out of the park.
Oh, you know, it's because I didn't have to fuck around with the machine.
Normally takes 12 minutes.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Well, yeah, Rudolph Lunder. Oh, see, now you're talking. You could do a great.
Nice
You could do a
cherry.
great candy. Ooh, the chocolate candy, the chocolate cherry cordial beer in the stout. Ooh. No, kombucha is actually legit. Kombucha, yeah, I mean, if kombucha was in the mix, I mean, look, we can test this.
Why not?
They're gonna take all the new names that have come since.
All right, deal. Listen, I'm willing to engage in a brief bit of chaos.
Can you scroll back a bit?
No, I'm good. Well, actually, go ahead and scroll back because there was some from Josh.
This is a heresy. It should not be happening.
All right. There we go. Sack of Sorrows. We love this.
Violating the
There's where we
sanctity
had-
of
we
the
ended.
There we go.
this process. Deceitful is wrong. You will be visited by Krampus. You
All right,
son of a
now
bitch.
let's see if the power of poll.ma.pe can even handle this. Yeah, exactly right, Doomed. More gerrymandering, in fact. But this is an incredible opportunity also to revisit some that maybe didn't get a fair shake the first time. So, Clawschlager, a personal favorite. Mm-hmm. You know, what about the Clawschlager? No.
What about the clock?
Krumbucha doing quite well.
It's not a bucha though, is it?
It's not a bucha, but it's not. Listen, it's not about that.
No, but you could make a bucha version, couldn't you?
Whoa, that's a whole lot of bucha.
Take that beer and make it a bucha?
I'll
Could you
bucha
do that?
that.
Yeah. So what you would probably do. So if you had the beer, you essentially you'd have to add extra fermentables to it, and then essentially allow it to re-ferment with the SCOBY in there. Not impossible.
Sounds like something we should do.
I mean, it would look gross, but that would be really funny.
Yes. And experimental.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like do pervert shit. Because we'll make the beer, it'll come out, it'll be good, we can try it, and then it'll be like, okay, well let's put a SCOBY in here and a bunch of extra sugar. It would go to a weird place. Look, kombucha is obvious. Like we're not.
Wow.
Listen, it's crump. I mean, we gotta.
I'm not changing
Here,
it. You violated
here,
the
rabid
sanctity
squirrel.
of...
No,
Now-
that just means we have to make it now. We have to make
Yeah,
the
exactly.
kombucha
So maybe
with
so
the beer.
kombucha. So imagine
Save a couple.
here. No,
bottles,
here.
but-
No. So let's think about it like this. So
Get
you'll-
away from that laptop,
I'm
you
not touching
son of a
it.
bitch.
I'm not touching it. I'm saying you'll get what's coming. Obviously, this is the baseline. This is the antechamber. Dyer, we're done. This is the antechamber, right? Now, if we add fermentables to that and a SCOB, that's kombucha. That's like, imagine that,
I do need to.
imagine that the Yule, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm just saying that imagine you'll get what's coming. That is like the launch phase of a truly bizarre creature. Perhaps of myth. Perhaps of legend. The congeniality price, yeah. We have a sash for you ready to go, Tank. I mean, don't like wait by the mailbox or anything, but it's on its way. I mean, it's not real. Don't do it at all. All right, what 23 minutes? What are you supposed to do now?
Killed 5 minutes.
7 minutes? I mean, my big idea was to run this poll, but they ran right through it. It was crazy.
Well, you didn't check the time is the problem.
What?
Oh
Should
yeah,
have looked at how much time you had left before you decided,
yeah.
and then
I should have just let it run, but it was running away with it. Honestly,
It was.
it was honestly.
There was a lot there.
Well, there's plenty we can do. Honestly, has anybody gotten into?
Marvel Rivals.
This is what I was going to say.
can we talk
has
about Marvel
Has
Rivals?
anybody been fucking around?
Can we
with
talk about how
Rivals?
Jasmine and I run the fucking show when we play Marvel Rivals?
What's Jasmine playing?
Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, yeah, that's like
I've been
Mike.
Tony Stark in it.
That's like Mike,
and
yeah.
man, do we just crush it.
So what's the start kit? Because I haven't played him yet, and so a lot of times he'll just talk about how there's like a maximum pulse. I don't know what it is. Is that the ult?
No, yes, yeah. It's a giant bomb that he shoots off, and
For
it's
those
almost
that don't
instant kill.
know,
Yeah,
this is basically Overwatch with Marvel, right?
very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very much so. I think that these,
Old Overwatch.
yeah, I think these character kits are actually pretty fun. Like the way that the characters work, and the main thing really for me is just the art and overall experience of the game is super super high. So, what are Iron Man's things like? Left mouse.
You see, he's got a single pulse shot. Then he's got a laser
Oh,
beam.
the right mouse?
Yep,
Nice. Oh, like a linear beam.
linear
Okay.
beam. Then he has a speed boost, and also then you see armor open up, and it's an armor boost and a power boost at the same time.
Oh.
And his ult is a giant bomb.
Okay, is that when the things come off the shoulders?
No, that's a missile fire rack that he has as well. Oh, well, Yeah, all the pieces break off of the
Yeah.
shoulder. Yeah, that's the power boost, and it's also an armor boost. And if you're flying, if you're going at speed or the armor boost is up, you can fire heat-seeking missiles.
That's
It's
nice.
deadly.
No, Jeff is very fun. In fact, Rabbit Squirrel,
Fuck Jeff.
we just did a Jeff comic,
Fuck
actually.
Jeff. God, that piece of shit.
What's really funny is that like you'll have a Jeff. So this is a baby shark, land shark thing, and his ult is basically creates an AOE zone where he devours every player inside of it, and then depending on where he's doing it, there's going to be a place where
He can throw
spit
you off the goddamn map.
He can spit you off. Now,
What a piece of shit.
depending on who it is, like, well, he wouldn't be able to spit you off because Iron Man can fly, right?
Right.
And he can't spit Squirrel Girl off because I have a jump, like I have a double jump on shift that doesn't require me to be on the ground. So modern Jeffs, they just don't spit you out. They just jump off. And they kill themselves, but the trade is worth it if they've got 3 or 4 or 5 people in there.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Jeff?
Jeff is
Land shark.
he's a land shark. He's a baby
So
land shark. I think he's
fucking
Gwen's
dumb.
he's
Oh,
Gwen's
is he
pet.
from that giant shark from
He's
that
Gwenpool's
fucking
pet, I
No, it's super
believe.
small. He's a super
Oh.
baby. He's like super cute, but then he like devours your whole party. And so
He's a Marvel character?
yeah, I didn't know about Jeff until Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap is where I know most of these like side characters. But the best part is like, so let's see, he kicks off that ult, but if you have your own Jeff, then your Jeff can eat their Jeff before he spits you out. So then what he does is eats their Jeff and then comes back and spits everyone out, including Jeff,
Yeah.
over here back on the map. Like, it's so ridiculous. It is completely
Jeff.
nuts.
Hate Jeff.
See, no, Voodoo Lou, now you're talking. Like, that's the OG SNL product. Nesting Jeffs, exactly right. Right, now listen. 127, I think we're Gucci gang. I'm gonna grab the machinery of the universe, I'm gonna throw it that way. But remember, at 2:30, yes, I have indeed, CM. At 2:30, we're gonna be back for our game after the live game that we did at PAX. Handle some of those story beats at all. And it's going to be pretty fun. I mean, I'm super excited about it. Now, do you have the models to show off? Mm-hmm. Okay, because it would be really nice if you had a chance to take a look at the models. I think so too, Voodoo Lou. I thought it was really, really fun. But you'll have a chance to get a good close-up look at the Lance pack. This is what I'm seeing. All right, now, until next time.